across the state, 17 inches of snow since this storm started on Friday. Telluride and Wolf Creek both have 16 inches. Crested Butte, 14 inches, whereas Keystone and Copper have both reported 10 inches of snow so far. And for many ski areas, we're going to see at least another 6 to 12 inches of snow. So we've been saying the last couple of days that this storm would mainly only impact the high country, and that really the only thing we were going to get down here in town is some wind and maybe some occasional flurry activity. And that's what we have this morning, flurries. It actually looks much worse on radar than it is in reality because a lot of this here at lower elevations is evaporating before it reaches the ground. When storms come in from the west like this one, the downslope works overtime to try to dry us out. So you certainly may see a few flurries, a little bit of light snow, but we're expecting no accumulation here at lower elevations. I-70 on the eastern plains, that's all said. We do have some snow coming down there, including in the Lyman area. Those radar signatures are strong enough out that way. I'm convinced at least some of that is reaching the ground. So here's the first alert futurecast. The I-70 mountain corridor will experience slick and slow travel all day and all night. We have a winter storm warning until 5 a.m. tomorrow in many cases in the mountains. After tomorrow morning, snow really winds down in the mountains. There's not going to be much snow, if anything, left up there by noon tomorrow, but we'll continue to have the wind. And speaking of the wind, all these areas shaded in the mustard color are under a high wind warning until 11 o'clock tonight. The Sangre de Cristos in southern Colorado, and then the higher terrain west of Denver, Boulder, and Fort Collins, so the foothills of Jefferson, Boulder, and Larimer counties, we have this high wind warning until 11, gusts as high as 80 miles per hour. For places like Estes Park, Ward, Nederland, Conifer, Bailey, Genesee, higher terrain of Golden. I'll remind you, hurricane force wind starts at 74 miles per hour. In the mountains, it's a winter storm warning until 5 a.m. tomorrow. 4 to 8 inches of additional snow east of Vail Pass, another 7 to 14 inches of snow west of Vail Pass. And again, those numbers are on top of what we already have. High temperatures today, 30s and 40s for much of Colorado. We will see a few 50s southward, Pueblo down to the New Mexico line. Overnight tonight, temperatures in the teens and 20s across much of the state. Here in the metro area, we'll stay just a little bit milder tonight thanks to some wind, about 30 for a low in Denver. And then tomorrow, we start a warming trend. We'll still have a lot of wind in the mountains, less wind here in Denver. We'll climb up close to 60 for a high tomorrow, 61 on Tuesday, and then almost 70 on Wednesday. The record is 73. Hanukkah starts Thursday with a high of 61. Cold front on Friday, Kennedy, drops us into the 40s going into next weekend. And maybe a little bit of light rain or snow depending on the specific temperature, but it doesn't look like much Friday into Saturday. We'll keep an eye on that storm as it gets closer to Colorado.
All right, Ashton.